Yeah, I well certainly did at the time. We obviously financially weren't doing as well as we'd like to be, and I'd actually just lost my job at the time previous to that. So there were some things going on at the time where it didn't seem logical to jump into a course like this at the time, especially financially. Was probably the biggest factor. But yeah, I mean, I didn't obviously not knowing, never done the course myself before that, obviously, and not knowing what the results were going to be. Didn't necessarily know. It was a leap of faith, obviously. So it was hard to take that leap, but something inside of me was telling me that I needed to do it, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
It was pretty bizarre that most people looking from the outside in would have thought it was a bit strange and probably a bit silly, and I felt a bit the same at times. But yeah, I had to really let go and just let it happen, because I knew that I had to do something, and I knew that what I was doing wasn't working. So yeah, this course made sense in some strange way, and so I jumped in and didn't look back since. So it's been interesting. Yeah, so it was certainly not ideal, from what I imagined my life would be like. Certainly wasn't what I was in at the time. I obviously I think it was about 3 months beforehand had been made redundant, from my job, and well, actually it wasn't only a month. It was only a month actually before that. So it was only fresh, and yeah, so life was not where I wanted it to be. I was actually doing a job that I didn't like as well. I was actually labouring, so it was something that I was doing purely just for money. It wasn't something that I enjoyed at all, and had no fulfilment in it at all either. So that was pretty tough, and I just wasn't happy doing that. So, and then obviously losing that job anyway, it was almost even more defeating, because to not actually keep a job that you don't even like anyway, and wasn't like it was a great career or anything anyway, it was pretty hard to take. And I knew that I was certainly destined for much more than that at the time, but just couldn't seem to break through whatever it was that was holding me back. And there was a lot of fear there and a lot of doubts, and so I was just in a place where I was not happy at all. And obviously it affected my relationship with my wife, Natasha, and then obviously my kids as well was obviously affecting that as well. So yeah, life wasn't ideal, and it certainly wasn't somewhere I wanted to be for long. But I think at times life is in a way, it's interesting when when your back's against the wall, or you're down and out. That's normally when you step up. And I heard someone say once, which was interesting, that sometimes you got to hit rock bottom, and rock bottom's a great place to build your foundation for a life, a new life that you want. And it certainly felt like I hit rock bottom at that stage anyway. Well, I wanted to achieve a much better life for me and my family. It was probably the biggest one. Obviously, just part of that was obviously finding something or doing something that I enjoyed, and actually being able to do that full time, rather than doing jobs that I didn't like just because I had to for the money. That was a big part of it as well. But I think mostly it was just, getting the confidence and the belief in myself, and then being able to obviously do something that I enjoy, but also by doing something that I enjoyed, then making the money to then support my family and have the life that we want, which was obviously a life where I think most people and families out there would probably agree they want to have a life where they can enjoy some time with their children, and obviously have that time freedom, and obviously the money there financially to be able to have the house and the cars and all the things that you suppose you ideally in your mind. I think we all have a bit of an idea of what we would like our life to be, and often it doesn't match up with reality. So for me, I wanted to actually bring that into reality, and that's something that it was always there, but I don't know if it was something that I ever thought was possible. But I think doing the course was something that I wanted it to be able to obviously open my mind to the possibility of it actually becoming reality. I think it was probably a few things. It was probably mainly, I think it was self-belief, a lot of it, probably because of just the way that I think we're just raised in a lot of ways, raised in our educational system, but obviously the way that I was raised by my parents probably didn't lend itself to me being confident my own abilities and having that belief in myself as a person, and knowing, that I was destined for great things in life. I mean, I think we all have those doubts at times, but I think that was sort of something that was holding me back from living the life I wanted. And obviously and some of it was just stuff that I think that was in my own head or made up, obviously as well. And then a lot of it was circumstantial as well. I mean, a lot of it was around having the family and having the kids and my wife and stuff like that, and obviously wanting to support them at the time. It did sort of, in a way, I sort of used that as an excuse to not step out and do something else, because I couldn't see how I could do it. I didn't see how I was going to be able to actually, go and take on a job where I possibly was going to have to start again or start fresh, and think, well, how can I do that financially? It doesn't seem to make any sense, So a lot of it was, my brain is very logical, and I just have I can have a bit of a tunnel vision sometimes, so I can't really open my mind. The creative side of myself doesn't always come out. So I think most of it came back to just, self-belief, and just living very much with the senses and not actually living from the inside out. I was always living from the outside in. So that was the thing that I think stopped me the most. Well, it's been a big year. So firstly, I was able to see a lot of things that I didn't see before. Obviously, open my mind to the reality of what this situation really was, and then it's then allowed me to see things in a new light. And then basically what I did from the course is it gave me the courage and the faith to step out and actually do what I wanted to do. And Natasha and I actually did it together, which really helped, because she was doing it as well. And so because she was doing it, it was a lot easier for us to understand the way things were going to go moving forward a little bit more. And because she was supporting me and I was supporting her in doing it, I was able to then step out and actually take on. I knew at that point there was almost no way I could do what I was doing anymore. So I had to start again, and I decided I was going to do something that I really enjoyed, which was doing sales and consulting, and actually just by probably manifested through my own thoughts and things. But a friend of mine works at a place called iSelect, and he was able to offer me a position there, or to at least refer me on, and I got the job there. And it was a place where I could actually really do quite well pretty quickly as well. So financially it was actually pretty straightforward. I could do it. And Natasha also, because of the fact that she was doing the course, was able to step out and do something that she enjoyed as well. So we actually were able to both contribute financially, which was something we hadn't been doing before. It was more just me that was working. So yeah, since the course, it's just been a huge change, and I've been able to get a lot more self-belief, completely change my mindset, and really focus on what I want, and continually do that daily. And just been amazing. And ever since, probably the last 6 months has been massive in terms of that belief and the affirmations and visualizing what I wanted. And I had a strong vision that I was going to be one of the top consultants at iSelect, and I actually achieved that in the last 3 months. I actually was a top 5 consultant out of 100 plus consultants at the place. I've only been there for like 9-10 months, and got top 5, and I've been promoted now. I've been promoted to a really good position in the company as a consultant, and one of the top consultants on the floor now. So yeah, to go from where I was to being basically sweeping floors in construction sites in the city, to now being a top consultant at iSelect, it's like, there's no way I would have ever imagined that I would even be doing that 10 months ago. I just would never have even thought, it wouldn't have even been a thought across my mind. I think that was a dream at the time. So that dream is now reality. So dreams can come true. It just shows. Yeah, pretty good. After achieving something that I've been, thinking about for a while. It feels like it's been a while. It's probably been 6 months, but just to actually achieve it in such a short period of time is incredible. And it's just given me so much more belief in myself to know that I can do whatever I want to do if I really put my mind to something. Yeah. And just the power of our own thoughts, just to be able to really, focus and really go after a goal, have a goal, and actually write it down and focus on it every day, and just continually work towards it. And it came true, and now I know I can go on to bigger and better things, and I've got big plans moving forward now to actually genuinely have the career, the life that I want for my family and for myself. Yeah. I would say there's nothing that's going to do, anything like this. I mean, this is like life-changing, literally. So it has been for me, and I can attest to it. So I would just say yes, absolutely. You'd want to be getting in touch and obviously having a chat and trying to figure out a way to get the course happening in your life, because it is literally life-changing. Like the difference in our lives is substantially, you can't explain it. So I would say, yeah, just jump in, do it, find a way to do it, and then and the rest will take care of itself. It's you certainly wouldn't regret it.